I'm present though.
Mm-mm.
Who are
Be
the
be
callers,
absent
please?
before.
Who is not present here?
Late
As
callers.
in, this insolence is becoming too much in this group. That's all I have to say on this. I don't have energy today.
And it's
Not.
coming from one person.
Thank you.
Why don't
Thank
you
you.
change? In the beginning of this year, he said, I'm changing. Now,
Hey.
Oh Jehovah. Anyway, there's a lot to go over today, so let's just skip into it. This is Olori.
this is Eka.
And this is FA baby girl. You know.
Mm,
Okay. So let us. I'm guessing there's no gist. Let's just go in. The Baba Ijesha. I don't even know the guy's real name. I think it's Larry something. But basically, for those who don't know, to
Yinka
get
something.
you up to speed, a D-list Yoruba actor has come into the news for molesting a girl when she was 7 years old, and how the
Raping,
sorry, raping a
raping
girl,
her
or
when
the
she was
technical
7.
term that I've heard is defiling a
Okay.
minor
Mm.
um when she was 7 years old. And then the reason why it's come up now is because, and this is 7 years. So basically, he defiled her 7 years ago when she was seven. She's 14 years
Mm.
now. And the reason why it's coming out now is because she just recently opened up to her guardians, who are also fellow Yoruba actors, if you will, or in the
Mm.
film industry or entertainment industry. And so they set up a sting operation to kind of get proof of what the little girl was saying. So they've gotten their proof now, and we'll go into what that proof is, and that's why it's now making the news 7 years later. And part of the drama is that it has kind of split the Yoruba industry in particular, because one side is kind of for the child and the guardian. The other side is saying that, or initially the other side was saying that we don't, that since we've not seen the proof, we can't just jump into
Mm.
conclusion. Once the proof came out, some people are still saying that it's not that the guy that they know is not, that this guy cannot do this kind of a thing. So that's where we are. So where I want to start is the proof. So when there was a news that there was a video, right? A recent video of him molesting her in this sting operation, right? I thought, or I was under the impression that it was the video captured him about to get into the act, but they swooped in before anything could go far. The information reaching us now, with the video now being published, is that things actually happened. There was actually
Mm.
molestation in the recently captured video in the last maybe month or so, is where I'm guessing the video was taken. And then the reason why the Guardian published this video is because I think the police came out to do a press conference saying that what they could see on the video was indecent harassment. So it made it seem like there wasn't much um
Mm.
on the video, but then come to find out there actually is more. So I think the Guardian was saying that I wanted to go to the legal process without bringing this to social media, but you people seem to be wanting to play games. So let me bring it out to the public. Let's all view the same evidence. Then you can
Mm.
tell me whether it's indecent harassment, or you think what's happened here.
Molestation.
So that's kind of where I want to lift off from, to get you girls' initial kind of take on it.
To even watch the video was hard. Obviously, watching the video, one can realize that this guy has actually done something to this girl before, because he has confidence in how he's approaching her, the way he stands to look and everything. Now, unfortunately, I don't even know how the family members were able to sit down and watch this thing go to this point where
Mm,
before they went in. Obviously, there was no actual, because now people are saying, some people that watch it are saying there was no actual sexual intercourse, which I believe it is a stupid thing to say, because no parents or guardian will sit down and watch until there's sexual
yeah.
intercourse,
Mm-hmm.
obviously.
Right.
But then the mere fact that in order to gather evidence, because unfortunately when it comes to cases, even if it is a minor, of rape, of assault, the justice system in the country Nigeria asks for evidence, asks for things. And obviously 7 years ago, when she was raped, at least at that time they would have been able to take her to the hospital and everything, but that didn't happen because it was not known.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have decided to do this. It is a very, very hard thing to do, but then they probably thought that this at least will give them justice against this man. And still they say it is not. It is, as you said, Olori, in this, whatever they said it was, touching or whatever. I don't believe a 14-year-old, a man that is old enough to be a child. I watched the video sucking her fingers,
Mm-hmm.
touching, rubbing her legs,
Yep.
pulling her dress up, pulling her to hug him, touching her parts of her body that are supposed to be private, her boobs and things like that. I mean, if that is indecent touching or whatever they are saying, then who are we? That means people can come and touch people's bodies. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he sucked her fingers for a long, and obviously, if you're sucking, like, what does that mean? You're just trying to arouse, and then you unbuckle your belt. You tell this girl to remove your shoe for you. You stand up and you go and check every single door in the house. You open the door of the outside, probably to check if the people, if it is okay, why didn't he do it when people were there?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have to say. If it is okay, why didn't he do it when people were there?
So I wanted to, I guess, play devil's advocate on something from a legal perspective. I know people are part of the backlash is that is the need for proof, right? In this scenario, right? But from a legal standpoint, you can only make a case for what you can prove,
Mm-hmm.
right? So while I don't, from for me as a guardian, would I may be willing to risk letting go of the justice than to re-put the
Rehash it,
child.
yeah.
Yeah, but the fact of the case is that rape is one of those crimes where, except there's a video camera, when the thing is happening, proof,
Mm-hmm.
like I can't fault the justice system for saying that they need proof,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And I think for many, at least in Nigeria, I think maybe worldwide, what if you cannot get the video of the whatever they call it, right? Then the medical report. I think I was watching an interview where the man was when one of the guests on TVC was saying that how can the police be asking for police report, justice report, and I'm like, there has to be something to prove that a crime occurred, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the case
Mm-hmm.
of a minor, it's kind of easy in the sense of no minor can consent to sex.
Mm-hmm.
So if we find your sperm or whatever on the minor, there's no two answers. Do you get what I'm saying? For what happened. If it's on an adult, then the man can just say, it was consensual, right? In which case, then the case now becomes proving that me and you do not have that kind of a relationship to for me to consent to that kind of a, thing. So to me, I think people are demonizing the law, but that's what, like,
It
you
has to
can't.
happen.
Yeah, there has to be some
Mm.
sort of proof of a crime, if that makes sense. I think the other problem with the law maybe is that it's almost like two groups of assaults: penetration and non-penetration,
Mm.
right? If there's penetration, then there are all these big, I know many states made the news last year for like some big, castration, life imprisonment, death by hanging,
Mm.
like, but when there's no penetration, it seems like very, very light, right? Very light punishment, if that makes sense. So I think I was saying
Yeah.
where it was like, oh, there's is the term is 2 years in prison for indecent or basically non-penetrative assault. It's basically from what I'm guessing from this. So if there's any improvement in the law, is understanding that the fact that penetration did not happen did not mean that I've not been violated in a in a serious manner, if that makes sense. Efe, do you want to come in?
I think all I'll say is because I saw people online saying, "Oh, the girl, like the girl was receptive," and I just think people need to understand that it's not about whether the person is receptive or not. we're dealing with I think the girl is 14 now. You're dealing with a 14-year-old girl and a man who's probably in his 30s, and he's touching
They are
this girl.
looking
Like, we're not
40,
talking of a
Let's say
14.
40s. He's in
40s.
his
So
40s.
Exactly. So, like, this is like a very mature adult who is touching I mean, she's a child, whether she enjoys it or not, she's still a child, and she still is she's learning more about herself and the world in general. So I just think people always feel like, oh, because the person is enjoying it, then it's not rape, it's not molestation, like both people are enjoying it. No, but the age is very important. So I think for me, that's
I think
just,
even
and then the
beyond
video, I couldn't,
age,
couldn't
I'm sorry,
finish it, like it was just,
sorry to call you up, but even beyond age, I think I was reading somebody's rape account where she was like, because she came or because she was getting wet, right? The attackers, and it was one of those familiar, like whether that was a boyfriend or a cousin or something to that effect. They, in their mind, are justified, right? And I'm like, the body is going to do what the body is going to do. As a what I'm saying, it doesn't mean that it okays what you are doing, whether it's a child or even a prostitute.
exactly.
I think the mere fact that people are trying to justify, I think the issue I have here in all of this is the fact that just like rape cases we've seen in the past, there is so much attention given to the victim
Mhm.
and not the perpetrator. The issue I
Mm.
have here is that even all around the world, it is always the victim that is focused on. And I don't know why. Because we have, and especially in this case where you have a full grown adult and a child, my issue here is the fact that people are giving excuses for a
Mm.
full grown man's action and looking at picking out the girl's actions in the sense of, was she consenting in her the way she behaved? Why did she
Mhm.
sit down there when a guest came? Blah 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 blah. It was a setup for the man. My own issue is that even if they set somebody up, why did he fall? Was he part of the setup plan? The
That's
issue
the
is
part that, sorry, that's the part that has annoyed me, because even before we had all this evidence come out, that was the part that to me annoyed me the most in the initial breakouts, right? If I'm a thief, right, and you set up a sting operation to catch me, if I'm not a thief, I will not fall.
exactly
So to me, it wasn't that he was, you didn't set me up. I did what was in my nature to do.
to do, and
So
that
all
is
this, oh, you,
criminal.
so to me, like the focus on the setup, like, and to me, because I think many times when we talk about rape in Nigeria, it's typically an adult girl, and maybe the way I
Yes,
hear the story on Twitter, it seems like there are two sides. Like, it seems like there's room for doubt.
mm,
Let me put it that way. But in the case of a child, where we can all agree, or what I thought, there are some of the men who were championing the room for doubt in the adult rape cases, that I thought that maybe when a child is involved with evidence,
mm-hmm,
that we can all agree pretty quickly that this is an open and shut case.
exactly.
We're not hearing of how the girl consented, whether it was a setup. I'm like,
That whether she was enjoying it or not, even when the video shows that she was obviously resisting, do they know how easy it is for somebody
even if
maybe you're
the girl
looking up
did not
to?
resist, like even if the girl does
Ah,
not resist, like does she know what is? Because I don't think that every child's reaction
will be
to
the same.
molestation is going to be um for lack of a better word, negative, in the sense that, okay, she saw his picture, right, and and she, freaked out, right? Some may feel like this is okay because it's a trusted person that is doing, this. So for me, I feel like you may actually see a video of a child maybe enjoying, being happy by what is going on. It doesn't mean that it is okay. The
That
child
is
doesn't know
it.
any better.
I don't like the whole case is shows why, because unfortunately the people that make up the government or the justice system come from the society.
Right.
And if the people in the society cannot even come up with one voice to say this is bad,
Mm-hmm.
and then the justice system then maybe kicks the case out or maybe releases the guy because the evidence shown is not shown. That shows how messed up we are, and I feel pity for anybody that has been raped simply because even with evidence, and
Mm-hmm.
I can bet you a lot of girls have gone through molestation,
Mm-hmm.
rape from people in their yard or
Yep. It's
uncle or
typically in the
this thing.
yard. Yeah.
It's typically a family member or a neighbor
Mm-hmm.
or a this that your family members have trusted that okay, this is uncle this, somebody that the child also trusts. This is not the first time we've seen stories of young children coming up to say, oh, when I was 5, when I was this, when I was that, this uncle, first they start buying sweets, then they start being
Mm-hmm.
nice to you. Because these people, they are skilled at it. Obviously, their brain, they know what they are doing and they know
Exactly.
what takes a child. They know what it's easy to please a child. And most times in the end, this girl is looking at and respecting this guy as
Yeah.
maybe Uncle Baba Ijesha or something like that. So at that point, when he's pulling you, and this guy is stronger than this girl.
Mm-hmm.
People were even questioning her age, that is she really 14 because she looks mature.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? What is that?
It's
Is she
rubbish.
under 18? If she is, can he do? My own issue is if he can't do it in front of the family members, if he can't do it outside, that means
Then
he's
it's wrong.
doing something wrong.
Exactly.
To me, even the age question, because I feel like people are forgetting what rape or molestation is, right? Let's take out the minor kiniko. Even with the minor, it is, did I consent or did I not consent? Whether I look old for my age, whether I'm a grandmother, whether I wore hot pants, whether I came to your house to come and do sleepover, all of that is irrelevant. Did I consent or did I not consent? It's a very simple kiniko. And by our laws, and this is where I feel like the law can be improved upon, because by our law, and a 14-year-old cannot consent to sex because she's a minor, right? But this
Mm-hmm.
same law allows you to marry underage. So are we being
That is
serious?
it. I don't understand.
So to me, there's a cultural lack of will, in my opinion. There's a cultural lack of will, because this same law allows underage girls to get married. Wasn't it last year that we're even debating that should they be able to vote?
Yes,
Yeah.
So
I
for
I
don't
me,
mean, like you were saying.
understand.
yeah,
Ah,
sorry.
Like you were saying about the age thing. Age, let's even like we use Nigeria as a cultural kini, like people who are underage are getting married. So it's not even, yes, we're talking about an underage girl, but it's also that thing, like did the person consent? Whether the person is old or if I'm walking in the streets of New York or Lagos or London naked, nobody has a right to rape me.
Yep.
That's the point. I think that people don't understand that. They just think, oh, because this, so for me, my whole, I think with everything being said, I just think, I don't know, maybe the future generations, but people need to train boys better, because boys did, nobody tells them, oh, when we're young as girls, cross your legs so that if they don't see your pants. If they see your pants, that one is wahala. You need to know how to cook. If you don't cook, you won't find a husband. You need to look like this. Nobody, the only thing they tell boys is don't cry. And to be honest, they even tell girls, when I was growing up, my mother told me, if anybody beats you, don't cry, beat the person back. So that's not even just a boy thing. It's like some parents just tell their kids to fight for themselves. So it's like nobody is training boys, because this is not just a Nigerian thing. This women are raped every day around the world.
yes,
Women are being molested. So let's even forget the Nigerian context. Mothers and fathers, don't focus your attention on the girls. Focus, also look at the boys also, and tell them that, look, this is how you treat a woman. This is how you do this. This is how, because it's like we're breeding. It's like men are like animals, literally. It's like you have a brain, but for some
Mhm.
reason you choose not to use it. You just choose, you're just like, oh, I can do whatever I want to do. And that's because growing up, nobody told you that, look, you can't do this, you can't do that. All they told you is probably don't cry. Nobody told
But
you that you have to treat a woman like you have to treat a woman with respect. You have to also conduct yourself in a respectful manner. Nobody's teaching them these things.
what I was going to say is that don't we have to align on what is appropriate? And because, for example, the reason why girls get all this training is because we are all aligned that if she cannot cook, if she has slept with half of the town, that she's not going to be wife material. And being
Mm,
wife material is the highest honor of life,
mm,
right? that we're all aligned on that. So there's no two mouths in the training. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm saying that as a people, we're not aligned on the fact that a man should not be able to touch a woman anyhow he likes. We're not aligned on that. Do you get what I'm saying? Because number one, your father that is meant to be teaching you this may be molesting your house girl.
That is it.
And your mother that knows for fear of what will people say or she doesn't have money to live
Quiet.
is condoning it. So from where do they want to train you that you know touch girls anyhow? From where? We're not aligned on what is appropriate and what is not.
That's the thing. It's a circle. It has been going on
Exactly.
and on and on and on and on
And
and
you have
on.
to stop at some point. That's what I'm saying. Like the next generation or whatever. Because I know if I have a son, I'm going to teach him. And I've met guys like that who you can tell when a woman and her husband have really raised a son. Like when you see the way he treats men. There was a guy I went to school with, like he does his laundry. He could cook little things. Not like he was a chef, but he could cook. He does his laundry. Very respectful. The way he treats me. And he had sisters also. Even if he did not have sisters, like so I'm saying. Parents need to, because I feel like they focus so much on the girls, even because sometimes some of our parents, they're doing things like my father will tell you don't drink alcohol. This guy has a bar like in his house. So the parents say, oh, don't. They can see the fact that a parent is doing something bad. I don't think it means, like they always say, listen to the message, not the messenger. But we need to actually teach these boys, because I feel like people neglect boys, and that's what makes them become stupid. If you see some girls that are not trained well, they act like men. Like the way they live their lives, it's like, oh, I can do anything. Like nobody, like I'm not going to answer. Nobody's going to do anything to me. So we need to train the boys the same way we're training girls. Not that, oh, like people will say, oh, he can't wash plates. No, your son can wash plates. Why can he not wash plates? That's not what makes him a man or a woman. Like that's something that people should do because you're doing it to help in the kitchen or to help your mom, not because I'm a man or a woman.
But
same thing with
what I'm
respect.
saying, Efe, is I feel like one thing that parents miss in Nigeria a lot is that your actions reinforce what you are training, right? You have seen your mother in the kitchen. So when they tell you that, okay, you have to be in the kitchen for you to get a good husband, you're seeing the practicality of it, right? Your father cannot be sleeping, or even depending on how toxic your parents' marriage is. Your mother is probably giving you gist that he's sleeping with university girls in town. So how do you not want to? So yes, they can say one thing, but their actions not aligning with what they are saying makes it hard to instill what the right path is. So men need to get on board.
Yeah, they do, but I'm just saying that because the thing is, nobody taught those men. That's what I'm saying. Like some men who realize, because some people know they're doing what's wrong, but unfortunately they're too far gone. So it's like I can't. For some reason, they just can't change. So it's like if I can change, because I've seen people that come from terrible parents. I mean, it's rare. So I get what you're saying, because it's like you're seeing what is happening, and so you're going to be like, it's very rare. But sometimes, if the parents are able to kind of change. Maybe change, like some parents, what I've seen is they don't do those things in front of their kids. But then I guess your point, if you're doing it in front of your child, then it's hard for that child, unless maybe by God's grace, that child just changes. Because if you're seeing your parents do something, like, that's why people always say it's in the blood, like it's in the DNA, because his father was like this, he's going to be like this. So I don't know, but we need to start. I like the fact that people are kind of jumping, like once anything happens, like I like the fact that people are actually defending and trying to educate people. Like, look, it's not about age or about, oh, you're wet or you're this. No, it's consent. And then in this girl, it's consent, basically. Like, even if I'm naked, you should not come and try to touch me because I'm naked. You shouldn't. If I don't say touch me, don't touch me. That's it.
And I think, speaking to your issue about the role that men play in this, I think that many industry men have been silent on, like they haven't come out with the same vein. And and that was my concern, because if you talk too much, they may open your own story. Exactly. So to avoid problem.
In fact, it's so bad in the case of
it's rampant.
The men are quiet, the women are making noise. Some of them are making noise and backing up the acts.
Exactly.
So, like now, where do we even go from there? So, even the women who are probably mothers, some of them in that Yoruba would be what they call them.
Yep.
Some of them are coming out to support this Baba Ijesha. And to say it is a setup. So if you women are
it was one old woman. I was like, Mama, again, I'm that D-lister, and that D-list actress.
Is it
For
this bookie something or
Bookie
whatever?
something, Bookie
Yeah,
Black, very, very
yeah.
D-list. So to me, I'm like, I don't even know why they gave you a platform, to be honest, right?
Ah,
For me, it's very simple. What, like, I was having this conversation with my sister, right? I like to have proof of something that they have claimed that happened, right?
Yeah.
But with rape, it is hard because most times you're not planning your own rape, so you can't
exactly.
put video on the Kiniko. Now, which why they advise, and I think this is where the government can play a bigger role, is like publicize and also train your health care staff, so you'll be able to do
Mm.
a rape kit once it
Mm,
happens, so that if I need to press charges, whenever that is, we can go back to the rape kit and ascertain. Because I think the rape kit can also um make a call on was there force or not,
yes.
Mm.
right? As well as what sperm is involved or what DNA was involved in this. Now the man can always claim that you like it, like it was
Rough.
consensual, you like it rough, whatever. But for me, right, then we have to start to dig in that what link did me and you have, right? For me to now want it as a, so that's a whole different case then. But please get the rape kit done
Mm.
because it's not every time that we'll have a video evidence.
Evidence.
But
Mm.
that being said, I was talking to my sister because she's more of, if a victim comes out, believe them, right? I'm
Mm.
more of like, I would prefer to have evidence
Ev-
on that. Now, what I'm saying though, even if I don't have evidence or I'm not sure of what happened, I would not stick my neck out to defend the
That is
alleged
it.
rapist.
Mhm.
As in, to me, I would rather keep quiet and wait for things to unfold. But to defend you, that and I wear this you're me of a boy and that D-lister, right? Had the issue is you haven't seen the video, you haven't called Princess, and you are going
Mm.
all out
To
to
defend.
defend him. And what even annoyed me on the Yomi issue is that, unlike, I like to make this in comparison with the Debanch case, right?
Mm,
Mm.
Debanch is a celebrity that is up there, so we don't really have access to him. At least me, us on the streets, right?
Mm.
The girl, we don't really know you from anywhere, so it's hard to investigate personally.
Mm.
But Yomi, you knew this Ijesha guy and you knew Princess, so it
Mhm.
was easy for you to call each party and say, I heard you confessed, though, is it true? Princess, where is the video? Because to me it seems like Iyabo and some of these other women has seen the video
then they
prior to
came
it
and
being
started shouting.
there,
Yes.
prior to it coming out. So if you had approached Princess, maybe they'll have seen the video too. So for me, the fact that you went all out in defense and even now clapped back on those that were clapping back on you, when you can have easily verified what was being put out there because you knew both parties intimately, right? For me, goes to show that you may be a member of this team, that this Baba
The
guy. Yeah.
molestation team. And the worst part is this guy kept on saying that he didn't him his own is not to come jump into conclusion. And
Mhm.
now that the video has come out and you have watched it,
He's been
the
quiet.
guy he has not been quiet. He
Oh,
came
okay.
out and all that, and you can see even in this coming out that he has come out after watching this video, there is just a sprinkle on the act that it is wrong. You just
Mhm.
say, okay, the act is wrong. Baba Ijesha did not do. You understand? Your main focus is on the fact that why would they is on the fact that the parenting princess should have not allowed it. She
Ah,
should be arrested for allowing a somebody who had gone through. You understand that kind of thing.
so
So
everybody's
he
fault except Baba Ijesha.
hey, all he mentions is that the only innocent person here is the victim, that
Mm.
everybody else needs to answer to the law. Now, I am wondering the energy you used to support this
Yep,
man, why don't you use it to call him out
yep,
blatantly?
yep.
But you did not do it. You did not watch video. According to him, he said he went to the police station. Why, who are you? Who are you? Are you Baba Ijesha's lawyer? Are you Princess's lawyer? Why would they give you the evidence in the first place? So you've come out, you've seen everything, you've come out now. My issue is, and this is what caused this woman to lose her job, Sharon, in what do you call it, when this Piers Morgan thing with Meghan Markle and
Okay,
everything
yeah,
came out,
yeah.
in the sense that, okay, this person is your friend. But keep quiet. Don't come online to be
Yep.
doing solidarity. Keep quiet and understand. Even if somebody is your friend, the person may have characters that you don't know about. Keep
Mhm.
quiet. Try to observe, understand. No, your friendship means so much to you. I don't know why. You come and now be doing solidarity in public.
You know
And then see,
what breaks my heart in terms of to if it's point about how men have failed us. It's not us that failed men. Men have failed us
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
look at different layers. First of all, when this Baba is a guy, because this you mean the way you are defending him, I would think that you're his best friend,
I
bestie.
do
Yeah.
understand.
But when this guy had problems, he didn't come to you.
He
He
went
came
to
to
He
Princess.
Princess.
So
exactly.
men like to defend rubbish, but never when they are in trying time, like
They
that
won't support
that
themselves.
that
Don't mind them.
Onye floor. You mean that you don't have any guy friend that can support you in this trying time? Is Onye
Exactly.
that is giving you support, right?
And
But when it comes down for rubbish, you people are always together.
And you know the funny
That's
part?
it.
I believe that is why Princess did not even take this thing to a
Yeah.
level where they will maybe beat the guy, because she has, like, this is somebody that is your
He's
friend.
shocked.
You
Like,
trust him, and then
uh,
somebody that is under your care says he's the one, he raped her. That is why her attitude changed. I think it took Princess a while to even gather her thought that this guy that she has helped, because even in the video where he's begging, she keeps on asking him, "What did I do wrong to you?" As
okay.
in, what did I do to you? So this woman has helped you. She hasn't done anything wrong to you. You then do this. The worst thing that can happen is that this Baba Ijesha should be released and he will open his mouth and come and talk. He better just keep quiet, or people should just keep.
But he
Sorry.
admitted on camera that he knows what he did is
Exactly.
wrong. So I'm like, why are we still even so the supporters? Why are we still
What is the support? Like, what's
hating
that?
this? And
I
I
don't
go back
know.
to this again, back to a point of men failing us. This your me for I'm going back to this your me of a guy. I've known a guy. It's hard for them to like after they've come out to defend rubbish, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're now caught, looking stupid.
They
To now
can't come
Mm-hmm.
say
and
thank
apologize.
you, I'm sorry, I was overzealous, I apologize, I stand with the victim, and you berate Baba Ijesha. But no, you have to come in a way
You'll
where
just
that you're saying sorry on code. It's not really a
exactly.
full. I'm like, who did this to you? Who did this? Who did this to
But
you?
Do you know the bottom line? The bottom line is that once you see a man come out to publicly support something that is unclear,
mm-hmm.
that you don't have full facts for, you know that this man is a useless man, even when
Uh-uh.
evidence comes out. Except he comes and, as you said, apologizes after, and but then if he doesn't, because let us be honest, from the get-go of this news breaking up, if it was a cloud chasing, if it was a, I don't know what this Yomi is thinking, Princess would have come out to social media first, but she didn't.
Yeah,
She went to
Exactly.
police. She went to police first. We didn't even know Princess was even the person safe.
exactly. That's true. That's
We
true.
didn't know.
We didn't
So
know
so so
that.
what we are trying, the reason why all these things are coming out now is simply because Princess has obviously seen that even the police self, they are trying to play funny.
Mm-hmm.
So she's coming out. See, this thing is so sad because we have seen it before. Shebi, last year we're talking about what's his name? That boy that was going to Deeper Life School.
Yep.
Where has that ended
True.
now?
True.
Where has that ended now?
True. And
And
that one, there
everybody,
was penetration involved.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
and they went to hospital. We are seeing evidence here. The issue is that the country is failing. The country has already failed everybody, but now the new generation that they are saying children are the leaders of tomorrow. Children's Day is this month. They will come
Mm-hmm.
and do parade in Federal Secretariat in Abuja.
Exactly.
My
What are
own
you doing?
issue is that they have failed the girl child so badly that one self, there's no direction on where to face. The issue is that people, first of all, the culture and the way people do things in Nigeria, children are not supposed to open their mouth and talk when there is
Yep.
fire on the mountain. So
Hmm.
that is the beginning of the problem. A lot of children are being raped, they cannot talk. A lot of them that have talked, they've beaten them and told them to keep quiet. How will you say this about uncle? How will you say this about auntie? There is lack of trust between children. I mean, child will come back from school now and say somebody beats them. The mother and father will beat the child, that don't allow anybody beat you again, my friend. You know, So the problem is that the culture, or whatever, what would I even call it, the society has made children numb. So you cannot even open your mouth and talk, which is what now makes something like this, a man have the guts to touch a girl or rape a girl, and then for the fact that society will now come back, and people in the form of Yomi and the other Yeye woman, Buki,
Bookie.
they will come and say they are supporting their friend, knowing fully well that a child is involved. Those people, they probably have children.
What I'm even pushing back is that the so-called friendship is not even bestie friendship.
Exactly.
And that's where, because to me, I would not like if someone says that, okay, my sister did something, I can vouch for her. So
Exactly.
I don't mind going out to say that is a lie. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But from what I know of her, I'm going all out. But
Have you
even that,
lived with
okay,
this guy
you're a colleague,
before?
you're a colleague
Hey,
on the wayside, and I'm going all out like this for you. You're me, you are fishy.
ah,
Are fishy. And the other thing that I want to say in wrapping this up, please, is from a legal perspective, I cannot argue with the need for proof. But
yes.
from what I have seen, it seems to me that the law, again, is either you are penetrated and that is a true serious case, or you are not, which is a light case. And that
Mm,
there are shades between as in that non-penetrative assault, there is a world of shade in there. There is the maybe he rubbed my lap one thing. There is the he used me to come,
Mm-hmm.
even though he didn't penetrate, but he was fondling me or doing whatever to me. As in that, so to me, it's not on the same scale. And for me, in that fondling me to for it to come, I might not have been, as in it's not penetration, but it's to me it's as serious as that.
Yeah.
So the law has to be up. And I don't know why the women that are in the law, Kini, I don't really know what people are doing there,
I
honestly.
don't
Exactly.
know.
There's not really, because this is the first time that I'm realizing that our laws treat
The gap
non-penetrative
is so,
as something light. Because from what
What
I
are they
hear, you have
fighting
2
for?
months to bring a non-penetrative case to the police. 2 months,
mm,
right? And then the highest you can get is 2 years in jail for
hi,
crying out
God.
loud.
And this is for a minor.
And this is for a minor, so that means with an adult girl, that means the whole what did you wear? How did you get
Uh,
there? That means that case is already dead.
I thought a case of touching a minor in an inappropriate manner should just sentence you. It should just be
Simple.
called out. I mean, you're not supposed to be doing that. Because are we going to are we saying that we want to wait for them to penetrate? As
That
in,
is,
Exactly.
thank you.
the action of fondling leads to penetration. These children are not aware yet. Their head is not open yet to understand what is happening.
Hmm.
I don't understand. So you want to wait. Oh, the justice system is saying that we should wait and allow the fondling go on. That one is not a serious crime. So that is until they rape, then you should start coming. And even when they do that one, they'll say, where is the evidence? Hi,
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. That's the end now. That's why people are not talking now. If they rape them, you cannot talk because the government is working against you,
Yep.
because the people who made the laws are the people who perpetrate these crimes. So why wouldn't
Yeah.
they put gap inside there for
Yep.
themselves?
They want to chop money. We need to
Yeah.
do better. As a woman, please, from the dating state, if your partner seems to be into little girls, please just pull out. Like
As
That is
in,
it.
point
That
there, as
is it.
in
That is it. Hmm.
and then
there's no
please raise
point.
your sons well, I beg parents.
I'm
Like
telling
tell
you.
them, like that's the main problem. Let's raise our sons better because it's like women can sleep with underage boys, and the thing is they do, but they wait till these boys are at least 18. I know a lot of older women that sleep with young boys. They're not sleeping with these boys when they are 15. So the part of
No,
the
sorry, I beg to